Hello, what's poppin' YouTube fam? This is your boy J Money here, and I'm bringing you guys some zombies. More of them zombies. I did showcase a prime example of what you should be doing with this deck, and well, I didn't necessarily give out the profile. Here it is. I'm gonna do some replays as well. Again, the very point of this deck is to essentially hand loop your opponent for 5, and on Tri-Gate, Crystal Wing, with a Doom King on board during the standby phase, summoning to Gunblar Zone, ripping the 4th and 5th card. From there, you will just dominate your opponent. Yeah, so that's how that works. But again, if we didn't get all 3 burials, we were just going to keep using Mizuki from the graveyard and continue to resurrect Akashic Magician from the grave, so its effects can reset under Saryuja, so we can continue to excavate 4 and keep calling burial from a different dimension until you get all 3. When you get all 3, you can do the full combo. However, if you cannot, if for some reason you're in the middle of your combo and you realize that you may not be able to get that last one in time or within a reasonable amount of resources, then you could hand loop your opponent for 3 instead of 5. Or 4 because of Gunblar, but yeah, you can still make the Crystal Wing, the Doom King, and the Tri-Gate nonetheless, even with 2 burials. So if you know, that's why I did extreme amounts of deck thinning with the Vendreads and with like 2 Saryujas and the Goblin Zombies first, so by the time I was ready to use Akashic, I had about like 17 cards in my deck left, and I was much more likely to hit a burial from that point versus if I would have used Akashic much earlier when I had like 25 cards in my deck. So anyway, all that being said, Thunder Dragons is an okay matchup. That's why I don't have anything really sided against them, because of the fact that if you can activate Zombie World from your deck, Colossus and all that cannot. Only Titan can protect itself. Colossus cannot protect itself with Zombie World on the board because you have to banish Thunders from the graveyard, and everything in the graveyard is a zombie. So outing Colossus at that point is no difficult task. With that being said, enough of the talk. Let's go ahead and get on to some replays. Alright guys, so first replay is a loss, and this is going to be against some weird like Danger, Burling Fusion, Thunder Dragon kind of thing. Also, this will go to show what happens when you let your opponent take back moves. So, word of advice, you know, don't let your opponent take back moves, because he was like, oh my bad, I meant to summon over here. So if he had summoned in the middle, his zones would have been clogged, and yeah, that would have been that. So, you know, because of this, he got to do what he wanted to do, because I let him take back that move. But anyway, as I said, Thunder Dragons aren't your worst matchup, because you can play Zombie World and blow, you know, you can actually threaten Colossus with no competition, because Banshee doesn't add the Zombie World from deck to hand, it activates it straight from the deck, which completely gets around Colossus. This guy's got Snow. He books my shit down, I go Solitaire for Unizombie. He tries to chain Titan, you know, to blow up my Unizombie, but I was smart and saved the burial. Unfortunately, I had to use it. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. But anyway, as I was saying before, it sucks that I had to play that burial from a different dimension early, but I had to in order to make it to where Titan can use the effect, and I used Griffin, and now we went ahead and we're getting our Banshee to activate Zombie World straight from the deck. See, this guy's thinking Colossus stops Banshee. No, it activates it straight from the deck. So I probably should have used Doom King to start banish, but luckily I got all of his Colossus off the board, so we're good there. And now he's making Nightmare Phoenix to blow up my Zombie World, right? So this is probably why we should play 2 Zombie Worlds, because if I do have a set burial, what I think I do now, I could just put Banshee back in the graveyard and re-banish it and activate another Zombie World from the deck. So I think what you need to take away from this one is play 2 zombie worlds, even though you have 1 Banshee to dig out the zombie world. People will always attempt to make Nightmare Phoenix to out your fucking out your zombie world, especially if it's a deck like Thunder Dragon, so where they're getting literally screwed by it. So yeah. So when they try to activate like Thunder Dragon Fusion or something, which he has plenty of banished targets, you can go ahead and chain Banshee, like just in case they don't have enough banished targets. If they played like Thunder Dragon Fusion, you can go, okay, chain Banshee, and yeah. So this is the danger build, by the way. This isn't like the Vendred Ritual zombies, which I'm gonna show you like some Vendred parts, and I'm gonna show you some danger parts, because again, they both have their ups and downs. And the reason why I was able to summon Gozuki from the deck with Summon Sork is because Zombie World's on the field, and again, it turns things into zombies on field and in grave. And so yeah, we got the Cerberus, we got the Pop, you know, we got the Draw, we got the Zombie Master, and we got the Akaship. We're bouncing, we get the core. You know, we're going in, boys. We're just going in. So there you go. We got Strigus, you know, we making Scolded again, and we got a Burial. And we got Jackalope, since we haven't used the effect yet, so if we hit it, we're going to be able to summon like any danger from the deck. It's okay. We got our Spearmaster. You know, we're just going in, we're comboing off. I don't even need to commentate this. You guys could easily follow along. Anyway, shoot, what was I gonna end up saying? There's something important I wanted to say, and I can't even remember. So we got our Crystal Wing. Yeah, he scoops it up. So every single match we go to game 3, unless it was like the BA one, to where I just actually managed to 2-0, and that was fun. So yeah. Anyway. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Back again, guys. Game 3. We're gonna have to fight through the same BS. We don't have Banshee in hand, so we're gonna have to get this Solitaire off and hope he doesn't have a way to like chain Titan or something. But it's situations like this where I wish I had like a Bigfoot or something. You know, I feel like any danger engine should probably splash like or side deck the Bigfoots for games like 2 and 3, in case there's some things like you really need to out. You know, so that's food for thought there. Anyway, he's doing his same BS, and he's Thunder Dragon fusioning for Titan, and we got Monster Reborn. So even if he changed Titan to nukes, oh yeah, we got our Banshee, so that was great, and we discarded the Banshee. So he's trying to activate Snow to book down Solitaire. And once a Solitaire gets booked down, there's no really way to get it into the graveyard. Simply because, you know, in this build, because of the Vendreds, we don't play the Rituals. If we had played the Rituals, and let's say I open a pre-prep, then maybe there would have been a way yeah, there could have potentially been a way to recover. You know, because we can use a Ritual to sack off the Solitaire and then reborn the Solitaire, and at this point we'd have won. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. But you know what, we couldn't out the Titan, like, because for some reason I put Gumwar to Scolded zones to boost it, but for some reason I forgot Titan was also boosted by Scolded, because he has 3 zones and that thing's in the middle. So anyway, on to the next one. Alright guys, here we go. Number 2. I was going to do 4 replays, but I noticed that I'm already almost at 10 minutes. But that goes to show how long these games really get, especially when it does involve zombies. You know, so it's pretty insane sometimes. So as you can see, we make Nightmare Phoenix, and then we're going to make Griffin, set Monster Reborn. We drew Danger Snake, and we go and put Mizuki's and all that back in. We go, and he still hits the snake, but we go banish Mizuki, and we're summoning our Scolded, and we keep the dangers in our hand. So we go and we discard the Banshee, we summon Akashik. We don't summon it under Skull Deep this time because we don't have enough resources and we don't have enough Mizukis to reliably be able to make a second Skull Deep and reliably get Burial from Akashik's effect, seeing as how we saw like over 25 cards in our deck. So we decided to do this like a weird way. So as you can see, we're still looping and we're calling Burial, and for every time we miss, those cards that we're excavating are going to the graveyard. So we got Doom King, and he's going with his Pankratops. That's fine, we let it happen. We let him kill the Trigate, that's cool. And he goes Tribute, and I go affect Doom King negate, so I want to save a Banish. So, yeah. He goes and makes Phoenix to blow up Zombie World because for some reason Zombie World is always getting targeted. Don't know why. But again, still haven't decided to play second Zombie World. But we decided to summon Trigate and we banish and we go and win that game. Yeah, because zombies. Because zombies. Hold on. Back once again. Here we go. We go on Diagram, and he's playing Baboons, and at this point I'm like, huh, this isn't Zodiac Dinos, but, you know, he's got his Pankratops, whatever. We're going Nessie. He's getting them draws. You know, we're hitting more Nessies. Now, if we had a Tomahawk, this would be fantastic, but we don't have it. So we go and make Vampire Sucker because everything's now a zombie. This guy trolls me. That shit pisses me off. Joel needs to go. Oh my god, it literally stopped me from advancing my game state. But, you know, at least he actually got a turn. He got a turn first, and he didn't do it turn 0. So that's what matters. So we go ahead and just summon that Doom King just to keep stunning our opponent anyway. And we go ahead and Burial, and we hit them, hit that Skull Deep, and we're going to search with our Goblin Zombie, because that card is not once per turn. And that thing is awesome, how it's not once per turn. I love it. I love how you can just keep on, like, you can search like 8 times in a turn with Goblin Zombie. I've done it plenty of times. So we go Crystal Wing, and this is where he decides to quit because he doesn't have enough life points. Next one. Here we go, guys. Last one. This is another good one. Kinda. So what you're going to see right here is I'm going to go ahead and pause it. So right here, I look at this hand, and I think, there's absolutely nothing I can do with this hand. And so I scoop it up, just like that. Because I literally cannot play. And if you can't play turn 1, then you're not going to win, period. You know, you're either getting OTK'd or your opponent's going to have the extra card in their hand and have even more setup than they would have had they went first. So, luckily we scoop it up early so he doesn't know what we're playing, so he didn't have a chance to figure out what to side, because again, he doesn't know what I'm playing. We use Battle Lord over here, and we call traps, because at this point in the combo, if he had any hand traps, he would have played them. So we call traps just in case he had a permanence. And we go back into that Skull Deep. We rip that skill charge. That juicy skill charge. We only summon 3 though. We summon Akashik just so we can call Burial. We don't hit it, but we hit Banshee to the grave, but we already have Zombie World. I think this is the time where I actually have the second Zombie World in my deck. So if he decides to make Nightmare Phoenix, it would have been good. So we go Griffin. And we're playing, yeah, we're grabbing our Slayer because we milled it off the Akashik. And now we're going, adding Evolution, we're going to send Core. So we have like a very weird setup going on here. So we go ahead and, I forget that when I use Glow Bloom, I can't summon anything other than zombies. So he goes ahead and kaiju's my Doom King, because everybody kaiju's the Doom King. He scoops here because he realized, hey, Doom King's gonna come back and I don't have anything to stop it. So he goes first, and he does that stupid combo to where you summon like Trisbania, and then banish it with Farfa, and then put it in the other zone while having Beatrice in the extra monster zone on the other side, to where if I were to go into my extra deck, I would lose. So here, I know we got some people watching, so I go summon Battlelord. When you summon Battlelord, your opponent's going to immediately have to respond to this, because if they don't, and you call monster effects, it's a wrap. So we go, and Ritual Summon, we sack off the Battle Lord and we resolve it. So we go Strigus, and he uses Beatrice and sends Rhino, trying to put more fodder in his grave to, you know, for Snow and interrupt me, and I call by the grave that shit out of the graveyard. And I go Battle Phase, and I crash into the Trisbania because what I don't want is to summon out of my extra deck for everything to get banished. So we call Battle Lord, or we resummon Battle Lord called Monster Effects because that's what we want. And here we go. We got combo. We're going in, boys. We got Zombie Masters. We got Proxy Dragon. We're getting that Banshee. And we're discarding more Mizukis. We go Akashik. We bounce the Beatrice with the Akashik, which is pretty funny. I went all the way over. I'm like, I think I'm going to get rid of the Beatrice. So now we go Unicorn. We spin back to Snow because we don't want it in the graveyard. And we go ahead and make Griffin. We reset the Burial. We activate Burial. We go Shut Doji so we can have an extra card to discard for Cerberus. So yeah, we don't have to discard that Reborn. And we go and pass up right here. We summon Crystal Wing. We didn't get access to Doom King. So we Crystal Wing negate on one of the cards, and so he thinks he's going to turn off my Co-Link by attacking Proxy Dragon. And I'm like, nah, player. Proxy Dragon destroy Crystal Wing since I already used the effect. So I keep the triple Co-Link Trigate and all that goodness. And yeah, the reason why we didn't play Soul Charge is because all that comboing we were doing was in our main phase too. So I hope you guys learned a little bit regarding different builds. Again, we had the Danger build and we have the Vendread build. And yeah, so one of the weaknesses with the Vendread build is you'll sometimes, like that first game, you'll end up like drawing a ritual monster, but like no way to get to a ritual spell. At least if it was vice versa, if you got the ritual spell, you had a way to get to the monster with any of your Foolish Burial type cards. You know, Solitaire into Unizombie, Foolish Burial itself, Gozuki, things like that could send your ritual monsters, and you can still get it off that way. But if you draw the monster with no spells and no pre-prep, that, you know, that's a problem. Because a lot of times, if you don't open a way to ritual summon, you need to be able to open Unizombie or Solitaire, and you know, you don't want to be in a situation where you have to do that and or open any Reborn cards, you know. So they're both of the builds have their ups and downs. Dangers, like a lot of times, like you'll open Burial from Aditi and you'll end up being forced in a situation where you have to keep it in hand, because if you set it, you can't flip it over that same turn, so you can't. That's like one less Burial you have to finish your combo. And this is especially bad if you don't think you can get to that third one. So that's one of the problems right there, is, you know, like not wanting to discard your important cards that you don't want to put on the field like right away, something that you want to like wait for. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about this. I might do some more zombies, you know, because there's so many ways to play this deck, it's not even funny. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. I hope you guys learned a little bit on how to combo off with this deck, looping Zombie Master, looping Akashic Magician, looping Burial from DD, all that goodness. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. This is J Money, and I am signing out.